this thing off.
All right, everybody, as you can tell, we are joined by head coach Nate Oats right now. They're going to frame him up. Just while they're doing that, just a reminder, use the raise hand function to ask a question, and we'll get your questions at some point in time. Looks like he's framed up as he's going to be, so let's go ahead and start. We'll start with Drew DeArmond first.
Yes, Coach. I just wanted to get your thoughts on the Jaden Shackelford's performance, especially in the second half. Made a lot of big shots, and also the defensive performance as a whole against Auburn tonight.
Yeah, it was great that Shaq started making shots. He works so hard. He's in the gym. He's a great kid. Just keep telling him to take open shots. And he took them. It was great. 5 of 9 from 3. Finally got himself going. So, maybe we can get some other shooters going, follow up with him. But really happy to see his performance. I thought he played pretty good for us tonight. We needed it offensively. We a lot of guys struggled offensively again tonight. But then the defensive performance, our defense has been carrying us for a good month now. So, I can't say enough about, the job our guys are doing, job Charlie's doing with the defense. They, I think we had them, what do you have them for, a 0.85 on defense, which is pretty good. We turned them over a lot. They had 23 turnovers. The only issue was the defensive rebounding. We gave up way too many boards, but if you look, they only had 4 second chance points. So when we did give them up, we did a decent job still getting a stop after that. So got to clean up the rebounding a little bit, but I thought overall our defense was great tonight.
Go to Tony Tsoukalas next.
Now, you kind of just talked with the defense, but there was a time during the first half where you kind of gave John a high five after he saved the ball. Just what did you see from his effort today on the court?
Petty, you're asking?
Yeah, he saved that ball going out of bounds. You gave him a high five.
No.
What did you see from his?
Listen, his effort's been great. I can't say enough about how hard Petty's been playing. I sat down with him 8 games ago now and talked to, we get these offensive leverage, defensive leverage numbers, trying to get him to be the best two-way player, maybe in the country, he's offensive player of the week, not too long ago. So I really challenged him on the defensive side. He's got our best defensive leverage over the last 8 games. When they came up with it, it was the last 7 before this game, and I think he was really good on the defensive side again tonight. So I just like his effort, his attention to detail, him being locked in on the defensive end. He was a .84, which is pretty solid on the defensive side. So he's probably still our leader in defensive leverage over the last 8 games. So I've been really proud of his effort. We want him to get a little bit more aggressive on offense. I think he can be. I thought he was at times tonight. We got him that dunk to start the game, then he hit 3 threes, so that's good. Maybe we can get him and Shaq back rolling again, making some shots.
Cecil Hurt, you're next.
Bringing JQ off the bench continued to seem to work for you. Josh was a little slow starting again. What have you seen from JQ these last 3 or 4 games?
He comes in and gives us a spark as soon as he gets in. The speed of the game goes up. And we play fast to begin with anyways, but then he's a jet. He just adds a lot to it. This is the first game, I think, in 10 games that he has not shot 50% or higher from 3. I think it was 9 straight games where he was 50% or higher. So, he didn't shoot it great today, but he played well. You look, he may come off the bench, but he was 3rd in minutes or 4th, maybe 4th in minutes, but he's right there. Herb led us with 33 minutes, and Shaq was 31, Petty's 31, and JQ's right there at 29. So, he may come off the bench, but he's in there when we need. He led the team in plus-minus at plus 14 when he was in today. So I thought defensively, offensively, I think he's been playing really well as well.
Let's go to Michael Casagrande.
Yeah, that moment after the game, cutting down the net, speaking to the crowd, what was that mean to you in just your second year to be able to do that?
It was great for our guys, to be honest with you. Reese had tears in his eyes. He's Alabama kid that just means so much to Herb, Petty, Bruner comes in. When we recruited him, and we sold him on how special we thought we could be with him in the mix. So, those 4 seniors on scholarship, add in Tyler Barnes, and no matter what year it is for me, it should be about the kids. I can coach for a long time. I'm still pretty young. Hopefully I'm coaching for another 20, 25 years. They only get one chance at this thing. So to me, it's more about them, what they're getting out of it, and just really, really happy to see the excitement, the joy, everything on their face. You could tell how emotional Reese was, and I was happy for him. So it's great for them to be able to cut the nets down. I just, it's unfortunate we can't pack the arena out, but it's nothing we can control. So it's nice that I looked like 90% of the crowd stayed for the end. So it was great. I thought it was great for our guys.
Okay, we got 3 more questions, so we're going to wrap it up with these 3. Let's start with Joe Goodman first.
Hey, Nate, what's the identity of this team compared to your past conference championship teams?
It's a good question. The identity of my teams have been pretty similar, to be honest with you. The ones that have won it, I mean, they're kind of tough, gritty, hard-nosed. I'll say this. I mean, we're a better defensive team than I've ever coached. To be top 3 in the country, I'm not sure what we are. We might have jumped up tonight with our performance, but, we've been top 5 in the country for pushing 2 months, I think, now. So I think, as much as anybody wants to talk about our analytics on offense and threes and all that, this team's been the best defensive team I've ever coached. So, we've kind of hung our hat on defense, and we're still playing, a style that fits how we wanted to play coming in here. But offense has not been our strong suit here, basically in February and March so far. So, we've had a couple games where we played better, but we've really hung our hat on the defensive end, getting stops, and then really winning games on the defensive end.
Let's go to Drew DeArmond next.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Juwan Gary and his return. His energy seems infectious. He always gives you a great effort. His body language is always so good on the bench. Of course, everyone's is, but he was really excited after the game, embracing with Aaron Jordan and the players. But is he earning more minutes in your mind in the postseason with the way he's played?
I mean, we put him in, and we went on a big run there at the end. I don't even know how many minutes he had till the very end. I know he played 12 minutes, and he was plus 12. We were plus 12 when he was in for those 12 minutes. I think at the end they had cut it to 5, if I remember right, with just over 8 minutes to go. I think JP maybe hit a 3 to kind of blow it from 5 to 8 there, and I think Juwan was in that whole run. We got him in just. He's a little smaller, but he plays so hard. He got some old boards, some putbacks, got some defensive stops. So I think he was in. We had like a 17-5 run over like 6.5 minutes, and I think he was in for that whole run. So, teams that give us good opportunities to match up, where he can play those type of minutes, we probably need to play him a few more minutes, to be honest with you. I mean, he's, if you look, he plays 12 minutes. And he has 4 offensive rebounds in 12 minutes. I mean, the team had 12 for the whole game. He had double what anybody else had. So just his effort on the glass just goes a long ways. I mean, some of those threes we hit off the second chance. I mean, look at our second chance points. We had 12. Auburn only had 4, even though they had more offensive rebounds than us. But, Wani gets the one putback on the miss. He got a rebound where I think Shaq hit a 3 off it. So his effort was great. Really, really happy for him.
All right, we got actually 2 more, Cecil Hurt and then Scott Griffin. So let's go Cecil first.
Coach, I'm assuming you'll take a day off tomorrow, and do they emotionally need that? Do you think it's been a long week, a tough week, and do you think they need a day away from it?
Yeah, I'm giving them a day off, and they're going to come see the trainer and get some treatment. Other than that, just get out of here and stay away from basketball. Rest your mind, your body. Even Thursday and Friday, I'm not going to try to kill them. I mean, we got to get the Georgia scout in, but we played them once. We're not going to overdo it. We got to get back to making some shots. Like making shots goes a long ways to helping your offense out. I mean, you look, we had a season low in turnovers, and we still weren't very good on offense today, just because we shot under 30%, or under 40%. I'm sorry, under 30 from three. So we'll probably do a lot of shooting on Thursday and Friday, along with getting the scout in. But yeah, they're taking tomorrow off. I can't take the day off. They got my schedule packed with a million things. It seems like the more you win, the more they slam on your schedule around here. But the players will be off for sure.
All right, last question, Scott Griffin.
Nate, I thought it was your best defensive start of the year. If you can talk about that, if you agree with that. And then also, did you see the defense that this team is playing now when you got here 2 years ago and at the beginning of this year? Did you see the potential?
Look, Herb Jones is one of the best defenders. He's probably the best defender I've ever coached, to be honest with you. I mean, with his length, athleticism, toughness, reactions, all of it. Then when Petty really started to guard, those are two key pieces to having a great defensive team. So did I think we could be like top 5 in the country? I don't know about that. That's hard to get to, but I thought those two were a great start. Adding a kid like Bruner, who's got such a high IQ and understands basketball at a high level, I thought that this year, Primo's got size. Keon Ellis, I knew could be a great defender. Shaq's really bought into guard, and Quinerly's quick. Our pieces line up. Juwan Gary's athleticism and size. Rojas, you can switch. He's tough. You kind of go down the line. You've got that. Top 5 in the country defensively is probably a little farther than I thought we could do, but we were trying to be top 30. We were not going to be happy with anything less than top 30 after we were 114th last year. So, yeah, the defense, I thought we could be really good. I didn't know we'd be this good. Best defensive start to a game, probably for us here at Alabama. This was probably the best one. I mean, I don't know what they had after the first couple media timeouts, but they were struggling to score the ball. We were turning them over a lot. I thought we were really locked in. We had a pretty good start offensively too, with the dunk and the three, and then I just would have been nice if we could have blown it open a little bit more than we did with how good our defense was. But it is what it is. We're going to control what we can control. I thought we controlled a lot of stuff that we should be controlling outside of the rebounds, but our effort, our defensive intensity was at a pretty high level tonight.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Alex.